15-minute set followed by a Q&A session. And afterwards, we'll have a little bit of time to talk. And afterwards, you can talk to the artist about their set, their equipment, and we'll see where the evening takes us. So please welcome our first performer tonight, Actias.
Check, 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 check. Right. Thank you. For my next act, I need a volunteer from the audience. I need somebody who has not been on stage in the Bay Area before. Is anybody willing? Yeah? Come on up. No, you'll have to lean down.
Okay.
What's your name?
Luke?
Have you been at Piqued before, Luke?
No, this is the first time.
Thank you for coming out. When's the last time that you had an encounter with the everlasting? I'm just kidding, you don't have to answer that. Have you ever written a song before?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Tell us about the song that you've written.
I'm writing a song right now, and it's about, basically it's about the necessity to have other people in your life because you can't really experience the world as like a singularity. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. All right. Right now, you're going to help me write a song live. So on this box, you will be able to type words, and you can type anything that you like. They do not have to rhyme. They do not have to mean anything. They do not have to be grammatical. You can type anything. Anything that comes into your head is probably the right thing. And if at any point you get stuck, all you have to do is press this button. And you will receive inspiration. All right? There are 2 rules. The first rule is that you must not spread a message of hate toward any group. Do you accept?
I accept.
Thank you. You have to ask that these days. The second rule is that you keep this angled toward me so I can see it.
Cool.
Thanks. A eulogy in rust, a hull bleeding out sulfur into rivers and rivers and rivers and bays. I am a lover, a one and a many, singularity in the expanse, everlasting. Everlasting, everlasting, everlasting. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I am you. You are me. Here we are, Thank you, Luke. Will you all cut me off when I have time? Can I do one more? Cool. This last song is by a poet from Pittsburgh. Well, the lyrics are by a poet from Pittsburgh whose name is Stephen Lynn. I love his work. I love his Facebook persona. You should all check him out. Momentum in such a small thing, electric and turning the heart. Momentum in such a small thing, electric and turning the heart into a landslide, and taking the road for a ride. Eyes closing both, lanes into the end of the earth. Nope, we're done. Hang on, hang on. I still have this instrument. Return this child to the ground, bury nostalgia, so it jumpstarts life's avalanche, ready for ending. Was grief light and yellow at the start? What does it become when fed thunderstorms and topaz? The machinery of construction outlives rust, though I have lived with both. Pichu, you are quick and not long for this world. Neither of us chosen to carry a story, both interred for relevance and squeaking through pixels and electrons. We cannot restart the mills or defibrillate my dead friends. When the young are killed, it is not before their time, but the racing pulse completed. Pichu, we both hurt ourselves to keep living. I hope you never evolve, though we both want to know what comes next. Thank you.
Actias, everyone. Carson, thank you very much for coming out and playing Piqued today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, Corey.
So tell us a little bit about your setup and how you prepared for tonight.
Yeah, so my setup is a little bit unique. I am using a computer that's running VCV Rack as the sound generation engine in the back end, and FL Studio that's in the touchscreen control surface as the front end. I realized that I was making a back end front end experience when I was creating this, and it was horrifying to me. But then I realized what the purpose of back ends and front ends were through that.
I'm impressed you're using VCV Rack as a live performance.
Yeah, I wanted to do it to prove to myself that I could do it because I wanted to prove that I could do something with all the gear that I already had. And I've only seen one other live performance with VCV Rack as the sound engine, which is the person who played when Andrew Belt was speaking here earlier. So I wanted to see if I could do that too.
Yeah, that was a great performance. Though you definitely proved that you can actually perform with it, man. That was really great.
Yeah, thank you very much. I was definitely concerned. It was a risk that I took because the computer, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, as you saw. That actually, I believe that the issue there was not with VCV Rack. I believe that was with the BeatStep Pro in sending gates out. Just stop sending gates at some point. But I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And that you can perform with this and not only like prototype out your synth patches.
And tell us a little bit about the improv lyrics you did with our newcomer, Luke.
Yeah, thank you very much, Luke. So I had intended to make a statement with that, and Luke did not allow me to make that statement, but I love what you did anyway. Was that the lyrics of the song that you have written already? Oh, awesome. Yeah, so he says no, that's what he went to from the small number of sentences that I started off with. What the statement I was trying to make there was about artificial intelligence and its use in creativity, because the thing that I had up was the Write with Transformer, which is a website that allows you to use current text generation methods in artificial intelligence to generate text. And what I expected you to do was be more scared than you were and to need some help, but you didn't. But what I was hoping would happen there was that you would need some help and that you would call on an intelligence to give you just a little bit. Because I see too many people creating artificial intelligence systems and pressing play and just saying like, yeah, all right, I made art, I guess this is art now, and not actually driving it at all. And in my opinion, like the choice to be able to drive is entirely like what makes art fun.
I see. Oh, thank you. And now I'd like to open up some questions to the audience. Are there any questions for Actias? Yes.
What did you use to seed your intelligence assistant? Or like, where was the intelligence assistant going to go, given the parameters you had put?
Yeah, I did not train this model. I want that to be clear. Like, I just opened up a website that is, I believe it's Write with Transformer is the tagline. But you can use this too. Any of you can use this. You can just go and like type in some text and press tab and see what the completion is. It's trained on lots and lots of data from the internet. That's right.
That's a great performance. Thank you, Carson.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain how that works? That gadget. It made that beautiful wave water sound.
The noise thing.
Yes.
Let me see if I can still use it. No, because of audio. That's fine. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It is the data that I'm sending from the front end touchscreen to the back end synthesis engine is just MIDI CC messages. So it represents control voltage. And what's happening is behind the scenes, that's being turned into, it should be turned into velocity. It's actually not. It's like bad math, but it's what it's supposed to be. It's just the speed of my finger on the thing. And then that velocity is affecting two parameters. One is the VCA, like just the volume of the noise. And two is that there are 4 resonant bandpass filters that are taking white noise as input and collapsing it to a tone. And so the faster I move, the more resonant it gets. So it becomes more of a defined tone. If I had discovered that tone earlier, I discovered that like last week. If I had discovered it earlier, I might have built the whole set around like just that concept. There's a synthesis method called slipstick synthesis, which is related, which is a physically based method where you are actually, it's kind of like playing a violin or scratching a stick along a fence. It's like every single motion of your finger will actually create a microsound, and it just creates these beautiful, very natural sounds.
That's actually kind of to my point, is the way that you were doing that in the circle reminded me very much of a singing bowl. And was that meant to be kind of reminiscent of that?
Yeah, originally I labeled it, like I was thinking of it as a singing glass, and I was trying, which is not the same thing, but like a similar vibration concept. And I don't know how you would actually tune this to make it be like a real instrument. Like this is, like maybe somebody who thinks more about sound design could answer that question better, but a singing bowl will do one thing under that physical motion, and a singing glass will do a different thing. So, yeah.
Excuse me for one second, we've got a question in the back.
Thanks a lot. Hey, Carson, thanks a lot. That was great. My question is more about like the kind of the connection between the three pieces. Did you have like a set of kind of like instruments that you kind of like built in the first place and then built the whole set on top of that? Or was there like anything new for each of the pieces?
I constructed, so originally what I was going to do was create three or like any number of completely separate racks that had a different set of instruments to them. And I was going to have a bunch of different VCV Rack instances, and between each song, take it down, open up a next one, and bring it back up. And I realized that that would be, that it would be too distracting to watch, and I realized that it would also be like just a huge pain to put together, because that would be three or like n many racks that I would have to assemble. So I decided instead to be able to control parameters that would lead to making it sound like there were multiple instruments. And so hopefully what comes across is not only the ability to bend one instrument up and down in expressivity, but also to change instrument types entirely. And then as for the actual composition of the piece, I wanted to make sure at the beginning that it was completely clear what I was doing. And that's why I started with just the wind sound, and then just what became wind chimes. And then I brought the other elements in too, because I wanted to make sure that you all could hear what I was doing there.
Carson, thank you so much for, again, coming out and performing and really bringing in the element of education. It's really fascinating to hear the breakdown of everything that you're doing tonight. And again, it was a great performance. Everybody give a big hand to Actias, please. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short intermission, and we'll be back.